engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
What's up mga titos and titas? Welcome to Crypto Live Pilipinas AMA Edition. Ayan, mamaya may kakausapin tayo. Meron tayong guest dito sa show. Mga taga PANDO project, mga titos and titas, makakausap natin sila. Pero for the meantime, hayaan nyo munang bumati si Tito na magandang Wednesday po. Hump Day sa ating lahat ha mga titos and titas. Kamusta ho kayo? Sana ay maayos ang inyong naging gising at ang inyong naging tulog. Yun ang importante. Yung mga nakatulog sa Bitcoin, pwede na po kayong gumising. Pwede nang gumising. gising na. At nang makasalok, baka nasobrahan kasi sa tulog yan ha mga titos and titas. At yung mga wala pa dito sa ating tambayan at kaka-tune in lang, huwag nyo kalimutang i-click yung subscribe button, isama nyo yung all sa notification bell. Ito yung Crypto Live Pilipinas morning show natin, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon. Kwentuhan lang tayo about anything and everything under the moon and going to the moon. Pinagkukwentuhan natin yan. Kaya mamaya, masaya to. Standby kayo dahil kakausapin natin yung mga taga PANDO project. May bago. Tito Mer Emphasis, good morning po sa inyo. Tito Romel Babiera, Tito Marnel Dukot, na-miss nyo ba itong ating tambayan? Tito Joe Chris Manalo, wala na sa airport si Tito, pwede na bumomba. pwede na. Tito Baby Toy, magandang umaga po sa inyo. Oo nga, pag-uusapan natin yan ha, kasama sa pagkukwentuhan natin ngayong umaga, yung hack na nangyari dyan sa bridge, dyan sa tulay, sa Ronin Bridge, no? Ha, na-hack, parang yan daw ang pinakamalaking hack na nangyari. Kaya mamaya pagkukwentuhan natin. Tito SLG Muymoy at lahat ng mga SLG bombers, especially lahat ng mga SLG moderators natin. Kamusta po kayo? Magandang umaga sa inyo. At shoutouts kay Tito Ian V, syempre ng SLG, San Lazarus Guild, mga titos and titas. Mga nag-ahanap ng scholarship, go to San Lazarus Guild. Nasa Discord ho, nasa description ng video natin. O, yung mga naghahanap ng gustong maging manager ng San Lazarus Guild, punta rin sa San Lazarus Guild, di ba? Bayaw to the moon, Tito Ed Cruz, happy na ba? Gusto na bang lumipad yung Bitcoin? Wag muna. easy lang. Medyo nag-iiba yung dynamics, no? Kaya lilipad din yan. Yun nga lang, dribble muna, mga titos and titas. Ipasok natin yung mga bobomba nun, like, pwede na daw sumigaw ng bombahan. Ay, mga balita muna tayo, mga titos and titas, bago natin kausapin ang mga taga PANDO project. Ipasok lang natin saglit. Eto na, ano ang nangyari? Tito. Ito, gumising sa atin kaninang umaga. Axie Infinity hack. Ronin Network lost more than $600 million. Ito daw ang nangyari. After 6 days from Ronin Network hack, the crypto community woke up like this. Woke up to the news that a user failed to withdraw his funds. Apparently, a hacker managed to find a flaw in the Ronin bridge. This allowed the hacker to withdraw more than 176,000 Ethereum. Puro Ethereum ang dinali eh. No? Valued more than 600 million. Mga titos and titas. Yung naririnig natin, no? Parang few days ago pa nangyari yung hack pero hindi na-detect. That is something. 'Di ba? Medyo ilang araw na pala 'yon, no? Kung hindi pa nag-withdraw to si Tito. Ikaw ba to? Tito Carlos de los Reyes? O kung hindi pa nag-withdraw si Tito Carlos de los Reyes nung kanyang doon sa kanyang wallet, hindi pa malalaman na na-hack. Mabuti na lang Tito, kumilos, 'di ba? Mabuti na lang nandun ka. Kung hindi, baka na-drain yung funds dyan sa Ronin, mga titos and titas. Again, eto na naman, syempre magkakaroon na naman ng FUD ng kaunti dyan. Ano? Normal naman yung mga may nahahack. Totoo yan, dito sa space na to. Meron talaga nangyayari pong ganyan. It's a sign that we are still early, mga titos and titas. Pero ano mga ba ang panlaban ng mga katulad natin, ng mga retailers sa mga ganitong klasing mga hacking, mga titos and titas? Siyempre, ito po yung mga I think ito yung mga naka-stake no, ng mga tokens, no. Syempre sayang din pagka yung token mo naman hindi mo in-stake, hindi naman kikita, no. There are some pools na maganda yung kita sa staking, there are some, 'di ba? But I think most no ng mga pools magaganda yung kita sa staking. And we want to take advantage of that. Pero ang panlaban po diyan is risk management, no. Ibig sabihin, mga titos and titas, kung sakasakali man nag-iisip-esep tayo, i-stake ko ba 'tong token ko? 'Di ba? Pwede naman i-stake, pero kailangan hindi din lahat, 'di ba? I-stake mo. Magsusubi ka rin nung nandun lang talaga sa iyong wallet. Okay, mga titos and titas, no? And pwede rin, no, na aralin din mabuti kung ano yung platform kung saan ka nag-i-stake. Importante din 'yon, no? Although itong Ronin Bridge, napakasikat nitong Ronin network, 'di ba? Malaki na nga ito pero nadadali pa rin. 'Di ba? So, because we are still early sa space, marami pa pong mangyayaring ganito na mga hacking, but the best I think the best mitigant para dito sa mga ganitong klaseng issue is risk management. Okay, wag mong itodo lahat doon, syempre, no? Wag mo namang ilagay lahat. Halimbawa, Axie lang ang hawak mo o Ethereum lang, ini-stake mo pa lahat doon, di ba? So importante yung balanced portfolio. We have that in our Patreon channel, di ba? In our Patreon group, meron tayong balanced portfolio. Importante 'yun. Hindi pwedeng nasa isa lang na napakarami hong token, mga titos at titas. Yan ang nangyari sa Axie. Sana hindi kayo nasama doon sa mga nadali dito sa Axie, ha, mga titos at titas. Next balita natin, mula sa Axie, punta tayo ng Dubai. Eto na. Uy, may nangyayaring Binance something dyan sa Dubai, 'Di ba? Meron Binance something. Eto ha, school in Dubai starts accepting Bitcoin and Ethereum as payments. A school in Dubai is reportedly now accepting payments in both the flagship cryptocurrency and in the second largest crypto by market capitalization, Ethereum, for tuition fees. Baka gusto mo na ulit mag-aral, Tito Jerry Baha. Nandito si Tito Jerry B. Kamusta po? Welcome dito sa Tambayan. Baka gusto mo mag-enroll sa Dubai, pambabayad daw Bitcoin at Ethereum. Pwede na tayong balik eskwela. May tumatanggap na ng BTC and Ethereum, ha, mga titos and titas. Again, ito ho, adoption sa crypto space, mga titos and titas. Okay, yan na, ha? Adoption sa crypto space to, ha. Maganda to, magandang balita to. So, from Dubai, talon tayo ng Malaysia. Malaysia goes back and forth with crypto as regulator claims country has no plans to accept the asset as legal tender. Baka titos and titas. In short, ano tawag dito? Goes back and forth na, balik-balik. In short, dribble lang sila, dribble. Bodega pa kami. Sabi niya, wag niyo muna i-announce. Di ba, Tito Martin Shango? Wag niyo muna i-announce dahil magbobodega pa kami. Wag niyo muna i-confirm yan. Baka bumomba. Pero siguro kayo na rin ang pwede na rin kayo mag-speculate, yung mga magagaling dito, mga marites. 'Di ba? Tingnan niyo, siguro in the near future maririnig na rin natin dito, mga titos and titas. Eventually, no, Malaysia accepts Bitcoin as legal tender. Sa ngayon, dribble para mga titos and titas. Tito Sir Chief. Ayan, ano ba? Teka muna. Ito ba? Small cap altcoins beat Bitcoin and other crypto asset 10-1. But why? The small cap altcoins index has been outperforming the larger coins. A news BTC has been reporting. Smaller caps have been looking like the best investment in the past months now that the larger cap found relief, recording gains once more during March. The smaller cap is still crushing the numbers, mga titos and titas. Ano itong mga small caps na to? Ayan. Dito ba to? Wala naman silang sinabi. Ito, ang large caps itong mga nandito Why is the Waves token... Waves to Parang to article na to, medyo pinopoint yung wave, no? But, ang punto po dito, mga titos and titas, yes, totoo naman yan. Based on experience, kung lagi kayo nakatambay sa crypto, yung mga maliliit na tokens, di ba, sila yung mas malaki yung upside. Siyempre, malaki din ang risk po doon, no, mga titos and titas. So, advisable ba na pumasok sa mga maliliit na tokens? Yes. Advisable. Pero that should just form part as a small portion of your portfolio. Hindi pwedeng yung buong portfolio mo puro small caps. Okay? Una, bakit? Hindi mo alam kung sino sa kanila bobombahin eh. Di ba? Sa sobrang dami ng small caps, hindi mo alam sino nga ba bobombahin. Pangalawa, high risk nga, no? Okay? Paano kung yung binili mo hindi yun ang bombahin? Yun ang buhusan. Okay? Mga titos at titas. Tapos majority of your portfolio nandoon. Tapos nag-correct si Bitcoin. Yung mga small caps pag nagko-correct si Bitcoin, ang lakas din ng correction nila. No, mga titos at titas. So, kailangan meron ka ding konting small caps sa portfolio mo pero that's only a small portion. Wag yung buong portfolio mo puro small caps, no? I think itong pag-akyat ni Bitcoin na to, syempre may mga altcoins talaga na pwedeng lumipad. We shared some of that again sa Patreon channel natin, sa Patreon tambayan natin. We are sharing some of those small caps na highly speculative na pwedeng maging 10x, maging 20x in the future. No? Pero, again, highly speculative. Yun. Oo. Ayan na. 2x2 si Tito Jerry. Andito sa tambayan natin, mga titos and titas. Next, balita natin. US oil and gas companies are using unspent energy for Bitcoin mining. Totoo ba to? Proof of work blockchains such as Bitcoin and Ethereum have been under the scrutiny of regulatory agencies because of the high carbon footprint they leave on their base. Amid global warming concerns, oil and gas companies are increasingly under pressure from government to foster a faster transition to clean energy. Yun na nga eh. Ano ginagawa nito? US oil companies and others that might mimic the process with okay. Kill two birds with one stone in what can be classified as a circular economy initiative. The transitional oil and gas company ConocoPhillips has been running a program in North Dakota where the excess natural gas that exits from oil wells is recaptured. Afterward, it is deposited into generators that convert the gas into electricity used for mining Bitcoin. So, sobra lang. Diba? Yung sobra lang ito na ginagamit nila pang mina ng Bitcoin. Okay? Tsaka natural gas po ito. Kaya everybody happy. Ika nga, 'di ba? Magandang umaga po sa inyo, Tito Ruel Karandang. Nakabingo sa CHT Cold Hard Truth about stocks and crypto. Ha? Nadali ka ba? Nabingo mo ba lahat ng mga common stock trading mistakes? No? Sa crypto rin ang yayari yan. Nabingo mo ba? Sabi ni Tito Nexul, wala na talaga, Tito. Hindi na babalik sa baba ang BTC. Nagsimula na adoption at regulate ng UK. Wala na daw. Wala na. Hindi, meron pa yan. Magkakatakutan pa ulit yan. Yan, mga titos at titas. Yan ang mga balita natin. Magko-commercial lang si Tito, syempre, sa ating pagbabalik. Yan ha. Pando Project, kakausapin natin. Live Q&A tayo, mga titos at titas. Bombahin muna natin yung live. Mga titos at titas, magbabalik po ang Crypto Live Pilipinas.
The Imperium, the power.
The road fork.
Time wormhole ON9360.
I repeat,
Almost
Borak
there.
has taken our last
Imperium
security.
active.
Engage all thrusters. Do not let him out of our sight.
Steady the wormhole. Do not let him get away.
History never changed.
HQ, we need backup. We're surrounded.
When will this ever end?
Peace may not be the answer. The
9360.
I repeat,
All
this
chiefs
is more active taking our last
Imperium
appearance.
back.
Engage all thrusters. Do not let them out of our
Making
sight.
steady the wormhole. Do not let him get away.
History never changed.
HQ, we need backup. We're surrounded.
When will this ever end?
Peace may not be the answer. The Imperium, the
The rope's
power.
forked.
Time wormhole ON 9360.
I repeat,
All
this
chiefs
is more active
there.
taking our last
Imperium
appearance.
back.
Engage all thrusters. Do not let them out of our
Making
sight.
steady the wormhole. Do not let him get away.
History never changed.
HQ, we need backup. We're surrounded.
When will this ever end?
Peace may not be the answer.
We are back, mga titos and titas, and welcome to our second set. Siyempre, eto, mga titos and titas, kakausapin na natin ang mga taga Pando Project, ang mga nagagandahan lalaki sa behind the Pando Project. Mga titos and titas, wait lang. Papasok natin to, sosok pa natin. Excited na ba kayo? Kaya i-ready na ang inyong mga tanong ha. Sa Pando, mga titos and titas. Let's welcome the team from Pando. Eto, ayun na. Asan ako? Ayun ako. Tito Jan and Tito Edward Nang, welcome to the show. Ayan. So, Tito Jan, can you do a brief introduction? Ayan, nakita nyo, nagtatagalog si Tito Jan, ha? Pilipino po yan, nasa shuttle. kaya makaka-relate ang mga tambay dyan. Ayan. Tito Jan, can you do a brief introduction, Tito?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. My name is John Chris Paula, and I'm the business development for Philippines for the Paano project. And very excited to be here and happy to share with you our story and what we're up to, where we're going, and what we have in plan. And so hopefully this is going to be a fun show.
Ayun. Hopefully, yeah. Tito Jan, thank you. Thank you for that introduction. Tito Edward Nang, can you welcome to the show?
Thank you so much, Joji. Hi, everybody. My name is Edward. I'm the International Business Development Director for PANDO Lab. And honored to be here. Sorry if I'm not very fluent in Tagalog. Maybe I just know like Mustaka, Mabute,
All right. So, let's talk about Pando Project, Tito Jan. So, can you give us a brief background on ano tong Pando Project and kailan to nag-start? Paano ito na-form with you guys? Pagkwentuhan natin, Tito Jan.
Sure. Boss Edward, I'll let you take this one.
Okay. So basically, PANDO project is something a little bit unique, that we have created since 2018 by a huge team of community. So that's why we always say our technology is actually powered by community. So how different is this project is that instead of just creating a token or a coin and waiting for it to moonshoot, we actually created an ecosystem where we have our community members as we can call them nodes, from Rametron nodes, Metatron nodes, and Zitatron nodes, all over to Exchanger with our own application, which is decentralized application. We call it dApps. That we will actually launch 5 different dApps over the next 2 years, this year and next years. And then we will going to utilize the token within the application itself, creating the whole ecosystem. So If you don't mind, next, continue the next one. So the easier part about this whole project is that most people have computer nowadays, and most of us have Wi-Fi, at home or in office. And personally, I use computer every 3 to 4 years. I change a new computer, and it doesn't earn me any money. And Wi-Fi, I have my home subscription, and I need to pay every month. Regardless, I use it for a day, 24 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, I still have to pay the fee anyway. So what is so special about it is that we let everybody join us by just having these two things. If you have a computer, then you have a Wi-Fi, then you can be part of our project. Next one. So if you go to Google and you check what is PANDO, you will find that it is actually a aspen tree that have its roots connected with each other, becoming a huge mechanism. It become one living thing that is actual thing in Utah, in US. So every of these trees are interconnected with each other. So regardless they are 10 miles away, 50 miles away, or next to each other, all these living things are connected together with thousands and thousands of tree nodes, what we call ramets. Next. So with our PANDO network, it's actually similar. We create a million, we call mini servers, which is actually your computer, and we connect all of you together and to become a decentralized system where we call Rametron. So to make it simple, let me explain. Basically, most of the system nowadays, application, website, most of us use a centralized network, okay, CDN, centralized delivery network. So what's so special about us is that we would like to do something unconventional. Okay, I use this example. Imagine you create a bridge. So this bridge is a great infrastructure. It reaches from one place to another. You have 5 really good lanes. But imagine suddenly there's 100,000 cars going to this bridge, and what will happen? We have traffic jam. We have bottleneck. So the difference between that and this is that we would like to create 1 million mini bridges. All right. Same way we cross across one place to another. But if you have 100,000 cars coming in, each of them will have individual bridge. So we want to solve the lag issue on our whole network itself. So that's why this is the creation of PANDO network. Next. So, to make it simple, as to set up as a Rametron, then your computer and your Wi-Fi will help you to generate profit. So this is a part of the revolution. So, that's why we are here today to share a little bit with you. So basically, we have a lot of content creator that upload to certain platform. So what we do is that the Rametron serve as the relay nodes, where whatever upload or download from content creator goes through our Rametron, and then it goes to our viewer. And through the 1 million bridges that I just mentioned about, this become a decentralized system, and viewer can enjoy very little lag or little buffering. That's what we're trying to do right now. So, and basically Rametron software is something very simple. It doesn't affect your computer at all. It just, we download it. In fact, right now while I'm talking to you on Zoom, my laptop is running a Rametron. Right. I'm sure at the background, John as well, because John has plenty of Rametron as well. So what it does, it will detect when you are not using your computer, and when you are not using your Wi-Fi, it will just tap on the access bandwidth, and then it use it as part of the what we call the mini server. So we like to say it's very lightweight because it doesn't take out a lot of space, very efficient, it's smart, secure. It doesn't touch your files or data. It just helps to do the relay work on a blockchain platform. So it doesn't interrupt your work. Like I'm doing, my job right as normal, while the Rametron runs on the background.
Yeah, if I may add, lahat naman tayo nagbabayad na ng internet service, right? And so, regardless kung paano kinukonsume yung internet, the price is still the same every single month. But the thing is, not every single data is being utilized. And so, just by turning on our application, you can share some of that resources that you're already making payments on. And so, just by sharing your resources, you can actually get compensation for that. You get to generate and mine our tokens, and in exchange. So that's what that's what powers up our platform. And we'll dive in a little bit more in detail as far as what that platform is. But this is the utility number one. And so we've spent, since 2018, a lot of projects, they come out with zero utility. I'm sure you guys would agree. And that's the whole reason why, they have to go to the market so that they can raise money. And of course, by pitching, the hopes and what their plans are and what they're going to accomplish, when they raise the money, they will make an investment to the utility. So our approach is a little bit unique. We've used our resources from the very get-go, and so this is the utility number one, which is the Rametron app, and so. We're gonna show you a little bit more on what it can do.
Tito John, parang we can call it parang share your computer to earn, no? Share your computing power to earn. Parang something like that. Kasi uso ngayon yung mga play to earn, di ba? You play to earn. Ito, just turn on your computer and share your computing power to earn. There are also some projects na whereby yung mga decentralized internet, but you need to purchase an equipment and turn it on, and then you'll be part of the network as a decentralized internet, and then you're going to earn their tokens. With Pando project, ito naman, you just need to download the software, okay, and then turn on your computer, turn on the software, and then it will automatically share your computing power. Tama ba? Sa pagkakaintindi ko, it will automatically share your computing power, and then by sharing it, you're going to earn tokens. No, without really by just sharing, no, hindi naman doing nothing, by just sharing your computing power, di ba? May bumabalik sa iyo na token. Ngayon, Tito John, I guess the next question, most of the questions that na pwede na itanong dito is how secure, no? Kasi once you download the software, baka ma-hack, yan yung mga tanong, no? So how secure is your software, Tito?
It's very secure because it's only designed to have access to the bandwidth that you're sharing with us. So it's never going to access your files or your data within your computer. It's just whatever bandwidth that you're allocating to it, and that's all it was designed to do. And so it's not going to compromise your existing security, and it just runs in the background. So it's very safe, it's lightweight, and it's extremely secure. And yeah, I mean, that's, just like Boss Edward, he's saying that we're streaming right now, and he has his Rametron running in the background. I have my own Rametron running in the background. And this stream alone is consuming a lot of bandwidth, and yet, we're not really experiencing any lag at the moment. So it just goes to show that how great it is as far as the utility and how it's functioning. It doesn't take away too much, because as far as what is required, you're only looking at the minimum requirement of a PC dated back from 2012 and 2014. And so what does that entail you? You're only looking at anywhere from 4 to 8 gigs of RAM, and you just need about 100 gigs of storage space as far as a minimum requirement. Now, for people that don't want to utilize their PC and they want to go through like a cloud server approach, you're more than welcome to do that too. And the requirement for that is you got to have at least 8 to 16 gigs of RAM and at least 100 gigs of storage space. And the operating software on that is the Linux Ubuntu V18. But as far as the PC goes, you can use your Mac, your Windows, and even Linux. So it's totally up to you. Either one of those would work.
Okay. So even yung mga old computer na you're not using, you can use it dito no sa in mining itong token ng Pando.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess the next question, how much can they earn on a daily basis? How much Pando token can they earn on a daily basis? And if we could probably translate that into a dollar or peso value, Tito John, do you have a sample computation or an idea kung ilan ang mine?
Yeah, I'm more than happy to talk about that. You know, I love talking about it. So as a Rametron, there's several different ways to participate, right? So the first way of earning is the Rametron node earning, and so let's dive into that. So just to kind of give you an idea right now, currently we're listed in L Bank, so that's where you're actually able to get the tokens. And to activate the Rametron, you activate it through staking. And to activate the Rametron, you're gonna have to stake a minimum of 250 PTX. So just to kind of give you a perspective on the cost on that, so 250 PTX based on the average pricing right now is about 15 cents. So that's roughly about 38 USD, and that's actually a good price right now. And you can acquire as many Rametron units as you want. And so a lot of our investors, they start with 10, some goes with 100 or even thousands. So there's no limit. And you can stake them inside your Rametron application. So you can either stake them all in one PC, or if you want to be smart about it, if you have multiple PCs, you can divide them into multiple nodes. And I'll show you the difference on that. Okay. So the first way of earning is through staking, and how you qualify for that is you need to have a simulated score of 100%, and that's basically 40 hours per week. So when you get home from work, you turn on mo lang yung PC mo for like 5 hours, and then before you go to bed, you can turn it off. A lot of our investors, they don't really care, so they even leave their PC on 24 hours per day. But the minimum requirement is just 40 hours per week. And so there's two different ways, right? Two different methods of staking. Number one is simple staking. And I hope you guys are ready for this. What you can generate through our simple stake method is you can earn up to 100% APY. Okay? And let me illustrate how that works and how you can accomplish that. Okay. In this set of example, we've set the average pricing of 20 cents per PTX. So if you can just bear with me with the example. So it takes 250 to activate one Rametron. And the way this is going to work is you're going to generate 10% per month, but you're going to get compensated every single week. So you get paid every single week. So you get to see something, after your 48 hour in 1 week. So that's going to be 2.5% per week. And so in this example, with your 250 tokens, and you fulfilled your 40 hours in the network, so you're going to earn 6.25 PTX in 1 week. So in about a month, that's roughly about 25 PTX. And if you annualize that, so that's roughly about 300. And so as you can see, based on a very conservative no price action, the price stayed at 20 cents for the whole entire year. We started out with 56 USD, but at the end of the year, you can earn up to, that's roughly about 100%. You more than doubled, just about doubled what you started off with. So if you want to look at it from a bigger investment perspective, 50,000 USD, that's roughly about 53,000 in 1 year annualized. And if you were to do that with 100,000, so that would pretty much also double at the end of the year. So each week, meron kang option na pwede mo siyang i-cash out for fiat, or pwede mo rin siya i-exchange for another token. You just gotta go through the exchange and make the acquisition of your choice. Or you can go with option B, right? You can do compound staking. And compound staking is the earnings that you're receiving weekly, you are putting it back in and you're restaking it. So for the next following week, you can earn a much higher rate of return. So let me illustrate what that looks like. So we're gonna take the same example, right? The 250 PTX, you start out with week 1, the same thing, 6.25 PTX. And so in the beginning of week 2, you're going to take this, instead na ika-cash out mo siya, you're going to do compound staking. And so in the beginning of the second week, instead of starting out with 250 PTX, you are now going to start week number 2 with 256.25. And so you go on the network for 40 more hours. And then at the end of week 2, you're going to generate now 6.4 PTX, which is higher than the week prior to. So kung i-repeat mo lang yung process na yun every single week for the whole entire year, that would simulate you anywhere from 200 to 300% APY. And I illustrated in this example, if the price didn't change for 1 year at 20 cents, in simple staking mode, that's about 100%. And so with this, you start out with 56, but you're ending at roughly $180. So that's almost, 2.5 to 3 times. Siyempre naman, depende rin sa price action, di ba? So it's also dictated by the market. So it can be a lot higher too, and it can also go down. But from a perspective of the tokens that you're mining, you can compound that every single week. And so you have the opportunity to do that. And so I think you guys are pretty savvy, and so I think you can kind of understand the potential of what this has. And so if you were to put in a larger amount, you're more than welcome to. But the minimum at least is 250 PTX. So right now it's roughly about $40 USD. So
Okay, so they need to stake the tokens in order for them to earn, and they need to turn on their computer at least 40 hours a
the
week.
network. Yep.
Yeah. So, Tito Jan, pagka mas matagal mo bang tinurn on yung computer mo, can you earn more tokens?
At the moment, we're just capping it at 40 hours. And because hindi pa namin na-release yung mga app namin, mga applications. And so we have 5 in the pipeline. And as soon as we release more, that may require more resources. Because in order for us to deliver our mission, right, which is seamless streaming, so eliminating the lag. Alam mo naman sa Pilipinas, maraming lag, di ba? And so if we can help eliminate that, in order for us to accomplish it, we have to set up as many Rametron nodes. And so you actually own that property. So my background's in real estate. So the way I'm looking at this is digital property. Your cell phone is reliant on cell phone tower, right? Because you need, in order for you to have a signal, it pings onto the tower. So imagine you owning that cell phone tower, but instead of just owning one, you have multiple. You can own as many as you want, right? And which also brings you to my next point. Okay. The next way you can earn as a Rametron holder is proof of engagement. And the way proof of engagement works is, imagine your next door neighbor is watching a movie, and because your Rametron node is the one that's closest by, that's doing the work, engaging in work. So they're the one that's delivering the data in order for your neighbor to watch the movie. So just for doing that, your Rametron node is going to earn 0.1875 PTX per 60 seconds. Okay? And so imagine mo na lang 5 hours of streaming that your neighbor is doing. Okay, at the value of 20 cents, hypothetically, that's going to yield you 33.75 USD. Okay, but if they're watching like Game of Thrones for the whole entire season for 24 hours per day, what does that look like? So 24 hours streaming at 20 cents, that's 162 USD. So if you guys like play to earn, right, you're gonna like this concept. because you turn on to earn, right? And then if you want to do both, then you got your play to earn, and then you turn on to earn. Your computer's already earned, so you double the earning, right?
Yeah,
And
I think
so
that's a good no? Turn on to earn, di ba? Turn on and then and then you
Absolutely.
earn more if you have proof of engagement, di ba? Once na na-turn on ka na, you get engaged. So yan na yung normal no? Normal
Yep.
course no?
that's the bottom line.
Yeah. May question dito, Tito John, si Tito Winmac. Will
Okay.
this be available on mobile? May plan ba?
We're constantly evolving, and so we've entertained that quite a bit. So we're not quite there yet, but eventually we will evolve to it. But at the moment, we're just utilizing our PC. And so, okay, so I want to add this part when it comes to proof of engagement. So I've talked to you guys about the digital properties, digital real estate. And so we've talked about staking to activate, and you can do that with just one PC. So the part of the conversation I discussed earlier where you can have multiple, imagine mo na lang na meron kang 5 PCs, and then you strategically position them in high traffic places. So let's say in Manila, Angeles City, right, where you think there's going to be high volumes of traffic once we have all these networks in place. So imagine that instead of just having it in one and you have multiple, you can capitalize on the proof of engagement. And so that's if you have the luxury of having multiple PCs, because you can just take your computer, because it's a physical node, and you can just put that in a place to where you think it can engage more in the work. And so that's the difference, right? So depending on how you want to strategically place your nodes, you're more than welcome to do that. And but if you only have just one, that's totally okay for now, right? So you can just stake them all in. So the more you stake, the more you can earn through the compounding effect of it.
Okay.
Boss John, if I may, and Tito G, so I just want to add a little bit, because when it comes to crypto, it always goes to our different way how you earn money. Like when we talk about Bitcoin, everybody is familiar with mining for Bitcoin. So that protocol is called proof of work. So what we are engaging right now, well, I like to use the word engage now. So what we have today is slightly different from the usual mining protocol. We have the proof of stake, which is actually not mining at all. It's just as long as you turn on your computer, you are connected to the network, then the system will use another protocol called proof of network to calculate the number of networks hours, the number of hours. Then based on what you stake, then you get the reward. Like what Boss John just said, every week 2.5%. So times 4 weeks, you're getting 10% per month. So that amount itself is quite substantial. Like for myself, I have one laptop at my home in Malaysia. So I actually stake 100 Rametron instead of just one, because I only have one laptop. So every week I'm earning 2.5% of that. Then coming back to proof of engagement is also another protocol that link with our application. So once our first application is out, which is about in April, our first application, PANDO, the more people use it, the more engagement it does, the more work it does. Then all the Rametron not only earn from their proof of stake, they also earn from proof of engagement. Thank you.
I see. Thank you for that addition. There's some questions here from the audience. Can they use now VPN in doing this, or doesn't matter kung naka VPN ka or regular network, Tito John?
That's the only thing you would want to turn off the VPN while on the network.
Okay. So you need to turn off VPN while on the network. Okay, but anywhere in the world, they can use itong
Yep. Just anywhere in the world. So, and right now we're operating in 20 different countries, but just because of the fact that we don't have offices set up in the rest of the world doesn't necessarily mean that you can't have a Rametron. You can have a Rametron anywhere. And a matter of fact, this opportunity is only limited because we only have a cap of 1 million Rametron to set up entirely globally. And so once we've reached our capacity, that's pretty much it. And so it's a first come first serve basis, right? When it comes to these.
Right now, Tito John, ilan na ang users ng Rametron?
Right now, there had already been 160,000 units that have been taken up, and so. But
So
like I
that's
said,
almost
when
16%, no? 16% of your total capacity is already taken up.
pretty much yes, and but the thing is, right? So what we actually need right now, especially in the Philippines, since we're just getting warmed up in the market, is we need the actual nodes, right? Because some people will take up like 1,000 units, for example, but if they're staking it all in one, that only counts as just one node, right? And so so that's why the more nodes that we have out there, the better we can deliver the quality of streaming.
Okay. So what you mean by 1 million? That's 1 million nodes. 1 million nodes ba yun?
Units, yes.
Yeah. So right now, untaken is 160,000.
160,000, yes.
So how long has the project been running, Tito John?
We went live in November, and but we've been building our utilities since 2018, and so at the same time we've been building our community, and which has been great. And when we launch, it's going to be, I mean, once we launch our applications, it's going to make it more interesting, because a lot of app developers, where they mainly fail is in marketing.
Yeah,
And,
speaking of the applications, Tito John, ano yung mga ine-expect nila na, what are the applications in the pipeline that you're planning to build?
Sure, yeah, we can talk about that. Yeah, because what we're building right now is we're building the future of streaming, right? And the Rametron nodes will be powering up an entire ecosystem that includes an array of decentralized applications. So we're bringing streaming into the blockchain because all the apps that we have are in a decentralized platform. And matter of fact, Boss Edward, can you talk a little bit about VIXO, please?
Yeah,
About this
okay.
application.
So VIXO should be our third application that we're going to launch. It started as messaging apps. So similar like, for example, like WhatsApp, WeChat, there's a lot of messaging apps available. But what we have here is unique. Number one is on blockchain. And we created it so that all the messages are 100% secure, because we're using a blockchain technology on that. All right, that's number one. That is another combination with wallets, all right, which is that you can have the wallet feature inside here. And the third feature is that we have a live show. All right, so this live show is something like, example, that where there's a home artist or some really celebrities that has certain shows where they do it at, streaming from home, or they do it on concert, and you can actually join the live show. And we're going to integrate the NFT ticketing on top of it. And I know one of our presenter, Boss Pasha, he like to say this, like, okay, let's say Boss John, he has a show tonight, and Tito G and I, we are keen to participate. We're going to join. But my wallet, the ticket, let's say, is 100 PTX, but my wallet only had 50. So I'll say, oh, Tito G, please send me 50 PTX, and just at the click of a button, you can send through the apps itself the PTX to me, where we can actually purchase the online ticketing and then view the live show on VIXO. So VIXO is on that, but of course, if Boss John, you can show the other few applications as well. This is how it looks like in the chat, in the live streaming. So TutorX, okay, this is something that a lot of us are looking forward to, because as you know, over the last 2-3 years, we have unfortunately we have our COVID-19, And some schools, they have to do it online. They use Zoom, they use Udemy, and so on and so forth. So what we have here is also another decentralized application that's on blockchain. So TutorX itself, we are going to link throughout the whole world, regardless where you are. It can be some really, really prestigious university offering MBA and all that, to home tutor, teaching music, teaching cooking, or teaching maths. And for TutorX itself, we have a lot of features, including we can separate into classes, we can do examination, we can have multi-angle camera showing different classes or different materials that you want to show to the students. And we integrate all kind of system where you can share files, you can save a lot of the materials and so on. So actually, there's quite a number of things that I'm not allowed to share because it's part of the features when we launch. But I'm just giving it as an example in general. So that is TutorX, and then we have, so you can earn from that. And then coming up is our Show Us and PANDO Go. Show Us is something a little bit special where, nowadays when we look for a job, you see, we always provide a resume, all right, on paper. And then the recruiter will always have to go through maybe hundreds of them to determine who is good, who is bad, to come for an interview. But Show Us is a bit unique. It actually has a 30-second, 1-minute video where you talk about yourself, you show your talent. All right, there's of course background that you can have other features in, how much you are per hour, and so on and so forth. And through that, people can look at you and see, oh, this is whom I'm looking for. The passion or the jokes. Example, let's say I'm a magician, all right, and I do shows for my neighborhood or my town, my city. So I can, within 30 seconds, I can actually do some magic tricks, talk about myself, say some jokes, and so on and so forth. And on the other hand, let's say Boss John is going to have a party and he wants a magician, that someone that he wants a certain way. So you just scroll through one by one, just go to 30 seconds, Edward, this is the one I want. So then I'm hired. So that is something special for Show Us. And then coming to PANDO Go, you see, we have a lot of platforms nowadays, very high-end platform. But looking at many countries, for example, Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, there's a lot of local talents. I was in Philippines for 6 months. I know there's a lot of great singers, great content creators, short movies, documentaries in Philippines, but they are limited to the way they can go up to the big platform. So PANDO Go is specialized for a lot of local talents, local actors, local directors. Anybody can just easily put their content in, and all our applications are meant to let the people who use it to earn as much as they can. Because rather than the certain big platform that take out half of what they earn, our platform will give most of the earning back to the content creators. So that is part of it. Of course, the one that we're coming up is PANDO. This one sometime in April. We are now doing some beta testing right now. So what you're looking at, and we're going to have some new UI and all that. So PANDO is for streaming. You can stream like what we are doing right now. You can stream as a professional, or you can just I always like this example. Let's say I have a birthday party again, and I want to stream 10 years my 10 years old daughter's birthday party. So I can just stream it, just a button. On a click of a button, you can stream live streaming straight away. That is what our creation. And of course, we have the multi-angle camera, we have different revenue model, advertisement, sponsorship, VIP, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of ways for user to earn the token, as well as the content creator to earn the token as well.
Tito Edward, will this live streaming app available on mobile?
Yes, this will be available on mobile, on Apple, on Android, as well as on website.
Good. So it will be coming this April.
This April, yes, our first application. Then Tutor X will be next on the next quarter, and then Vixo on the next one. So this year we are launching 3 applications.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess another question that's coming to mind of our viewers is how are your marketing team going to market all of these apps? No, considering that there's a lot of apps in the App Store, in the Google Play Store, and how are you going to compete? No, you have a very unique use case, but the challenge here that I'm looking at is how are we going to showcase this, no? In the sea of all the apps in the App Store and Google Play Store.
In fact, this is a very, very good question. Boss John, go ahead.
Oh, sure. Well, we have many different avenues in how we're going to accomplish that. Number one, I think I've already brought up the fact that we have an established community already over the last 2-3 years. Because the fact that we already have an established community, just imagine on the day that the app launches, and just with the flip of a switch, you're gonna instantly have 50 to 100,000 instant download, and if you have that on the iOS or in the Play Store, that would immediately put that in trending status. So that's one of the unique approach, right? Because like I said, most developers, where they really suffer from is, anyone can develop an app, and they can develop a very good application, but where most of the developers would fail is through the marketing. So even if you have a good product, but if you have very weak marketing, then it would be just as good as a failure. So at least for us, one of the avenues are established community, and we just launched. We're not even only a couple of weeks in the market. And matter of fact, it's just a soft launch. We just wanted to kind of see what the response would be without even doing any marketing. And so we're just scratching the surface right now. And this is probably only the 3rd AMA. I did one with Modern Mulan, and had a great time with her. And for the Philippines alone, this is my 2nd one. And so we're in 20 different countries, and so once we really start hitting the marketing channel, there's definitely going to be a lot more traffic, because when the product launches, of course there's the word's got to be out there in order for the utility to come. Because what we're trying to evolve in is, we talked about the platform, we talked about the foundation, which is the Rametron, right? The nodes have to be out there in order for us to deliver quality stream. And then we've talked about the platform, which is, we only talked about a few, which is the decentralized applications. And these are all streaming applications. And so once we integrate a lot of content creator into our platform, and of course the viewers would come along, and then eventually we would scale to where we would have advertisers come in. And then that's how we would generate more revenue. And matter of fact, there's also another incentive that is entitled for our Rametron node holder, is what we call a GPS, which is a global profit sharing. And for a limited time, we're offering it for the more of the pioneer investors, if you will, the ones that get in early, because those are the ones that's really going to help us as far as building the foundation with the Rametron nodes, because that's the most important component. But the way the GPS profit sharing, the way that's going to work is, we're going to be allocating 10% of the gross revenue that's going to be taken up from advertising once we go live and once we're stabilized. And so that 10% is going to be allocated to all of our Rametron holders. So that goes on top of the proof of engagement, and that also goes on top of the staking. And so you actually truly are part of our movement, and you have full rights because you own the node, right? That's your property, that's your digital property. And so whether if you're a streamer or if you're just a node holder, you're actually being part of the movement. Because in YouTube, for example, right? A lot of us, when we watch ads, what's the first thing that we do, right? We wait for the skip light to turn on, and then we skip to the ad. Well, how do you like the concept of watching an advertisement into our platform, but we're going to pay you to watch that advertisement? Think about that.
Ayan. That's another great concept. Ha? So a lot of our tambays here are excited already dito sa from everything na nakita nila and napakinggan nila. So, saan daw, Tito John, you mentioned this earlier, but for the latecomers, no, saan daw natin pwede ulit mabili itong token, itong PTX token, and meron daw bang tutorial video on how can we stake it, on how we can operate the node? So, yun, Tito John.
Absolutely. Well, first off, we have all of our social media handles that you can tap into, but we just literally launched our platforms for the Filipino community, so you can get a hold of us first and to our Telegram handle. That's Panda Project PH, and it's also the same for Facebook and also on Twitter. And then we have our international community that you also want to tap into, but I myself is active on the community, and so any way we can be of service in terms of support. We'll have all the tutorials and everything ready in place, and we're constantly evolving in terms of refining that process. And by the way, so to answer that question too, is we're available in L Bank, and so you can just simply register over there, and you would have to start off by acquiring a USDT, because that's the pairing, and so from USDT then you make the acquisition of the PTX.
Okay. So L Bank is the exchange that you're available.
Yes.
Okay.
And I also have to actually touch up on this, because the first thing you actually need to do is, number one, you need to download your PANDO wallet. All right. So that's another utility that we have. We have a live wallet. So you can set up your PANDO wallet, just wallet.pandoproject.org. But mainly, if you just go to our main website, pandoproject.org, everything is there, from downloading the Rametron, from setting up your wallet. But you do need to set up your wallet, because when you buy your PTX from L Bank, in order for you to activate your Rametron, you have to shoot the PTX to the PANDO wallet, and then from the PANDO wallet to activate it through staking to your Rametron. So those will be the two steps. So step number one, L Bank, and then step number two, send the PTX to the PANDO wallet, and then step number three is to activate the Rametron through staking. So just keep in mind that when you make your purchase, you want to keep them in increments of 250, right? Because 250 is one Rametron. So another 250 is 500. So 2,500 is 10 Rametron, so on and so forth.
All right.
And also, you can contact directly to Boss John as well, and he can assist you on that on purchase.
I guess ang bilis lang, no? That's a pretty much easy steps to stake your tokens. Bilis sa L Bank, 'di ba? Tapos transfer it to your wallet and then stake it, no? So just 3 steps. May tanong pa Tito, pwede daw bang gumamit ng public Wi-Fi?
Public Wi-Fi? Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. So okay. Yeah. So yun.
So we have over here mga investors namin nagtatambay sila sa Starbucks. That's free Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, kasi ini-imagine ko lang, I'm just imagining it, no? You're working on your regular probably you're using your computer on a regular basis. So pwedeng nasa coffee shop ka, you're doing a project, you're doing a paperwork on a coffee shop. You turn on your computer, you connect to a public Wi-Fi, and then you run your Rametron node. 'Di ba? Kasi you need to complete 40 hours at least 40 hours, 'di ba? So at least kahit habang nagtatrabaho ka lang, no, that's 8 hours a day na naka-on yung computer mo on the background, doing your regular work, your regular job, you're earning, 'di ba? Yun yung maganda. Hindi siya kailangang i-turn on ng 24 hours at mag-aksaya ka ng kuryente. Na, 'di ba? Parang on the side lang talaga to, on the side na naka-turn on yung computer, na nagra-run yung node, pero you're earning on the side. Parang ganun siya. So it's like having a sideline na rin. Just
remember, turn on to earn.
Yo. Yeah. Turn on to earn. That's a very good project, Tito John. I guess, ayun na. I guess that's it. Tito John, you want anything to add? Tito John and Tito Edward now before we finally close the...
There's so much that we want to share. So I guess what I would like to do is, if you guys are open to it, I'd like to invite you guys to more of a full overview and a more deeper AMA. And I'll be conducting that this evening at 6 p.m. And so if you just go to our Telegram handle, PANDO Project PH, we'll be streaming live over there. And so we can entertain anything that you guys want to address at that time. So we'll give out a full-scale overview, give you the full details, as far as how the apps work and the Rametron and the wallet and the details on the payouts and stuff like that. And then, we can just chit-chat from there.
And for those who want to have very, very detailed, all the information, you can actually go to our website, pandoproject.org. You can find our white paper there with all the full details from A to Z.
We're fully doxed, by the way. So you'll see our whole entire organization. Everybody has a name, not an emoji. So...
Yeah, that's one of the most important things sa isang project, diba? Fully doxed yung mga founders and the team are fully doxed, no? So to increase the confidence dun sa project. So I guess yung mga nabitin, you can go to the Telegram of Pando Project. That's at pandoproject.ph, and tonight they will be having anong oras to, Tito John? Yung
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Pando Project PH.
Yeah, go to the Telegram of Panda Project PH at 6 p.m. So mamaya nandun yung mga tutorial, Tito Michael Pereña, nandun lahat. You can ask a lot of questions there. Pwede tayo magpaturo, makita-kita tayo mamaya dyan sa Panda Project Telegram. Manonood din ako, Tito John. I'll be watching your live stream there. So I guess that's it, mga titos and titas. Thank you very much, Tito Edward Nang and Tito John de Crispala. Hope to see you again on the show. Pag maraming mga nagtanong pa, you can anytime, you're always welcome to do your AMA here in the show. Thank you very much, Tito John and Tito Chris.
Thank you, Tito G, and thank you, everybody.
Alright. Ayun, mga titos and titas. Inabot na tayo. Alas 12:19 na. Ayan. Pero at least ang dami nating natutunan today. Tama, a lot of learning, no? There's a really lot of opportunities dito sa crypto. Hindi lang talaga sa pagte-trade as mentioned to you before, no? Hindi lang sa pagte-trade, hindi lang sa play to earn, di ba? Hindi lang sa staking. Ang dami pong opportunity na open sa crypto. I guess itong Panda Project, another opportunity. We just need to do more research. Aralin natin, mga titos and titas. And let's see kung para sa atin itong project na to, put some skin in the game, di ba? Yan eh. Ang maganda rito, nakita ko, $56 lang. Tama ba? $56. Pwede ka na mag-join ng network, mga titos at titas. So kung nabitin, go to at Panda Project PH Telegram. Mamaya 6 p.m. magkakaroon sila ng live AMA. So yun na, mga titos at titas. Bukas na tayo magsilipan, ha? Huwag kayong mawawala. Let's have a short prayer before we end the show. Dear Lord, salamat po sa araw na to. Salamat for sharing with us another project, another opportunity sa crypto through Panda Project. Lord, thank you for all the blessings that we are receiving. You're pouring to us. Thank you for all the knowledge, Lord. And we are praying that you will continue to guide us in this journey and explore more about the cryptoverse. All this we ask in Jesus' name. Amen, amen, amen. Mga titos at titas, Tito Gilroy, paano? Tanghalian, Bye! Stay safe!